In the heart of Barcelona's Eixample district, among elegant 19th century facades and rigid geometric blocks, one building rises like a wave of stone, organic, alive, and boldly unconventional. This is Casa Milà, better known as La Pedrera, the last major private commission by Antoni Gaudí before dedicating himself fully to the Sagrada Familia. More than a building, it is a radical architectural statement, a tribute to nature, living form, and the future of urban design. At the turn of the 20th century, Barcelona was expanding both physically and culturally. Ildefons Cerdà's rational grid had reshaped the city, and the Passeig de Gràcia became a showcase of bourgeois prosperity and artistic experimentation. It was here that businessman Pere Milà and his wife Roser Seguimon commissioned Antoni Gaudí to design a bold, modern apartment building, one that would not imitate the past, but redefine the possibilities of architecture. By 1906, Gaudí was already renowned for his imaginative work on Parc Güell, Casa Batlló, and the ongoing Sagrada Familia. But with Casa Milà, he sought to go further, to create a sculptural architecture where nature, structure, and symbolism were inseparable. The result was a building without straight lines, without symmetry, and without historical imitation, a built manifesto of modernism. Gaudí's thinking for Casa Milà was rooted in organic logic, nature's geometry, and the belief in total artistic integration. Organic form with no straight lines. The facade flows like a natural cliff face, eroded by time and air. Every curve suggests movement, like a breathing stone. Symbolism and structure. The building evokes marine and geological forms, waves, caves, bones, and fossils. Chimneys resemble warriors or guardians, rich in metaphor and mystery. Light and air through courtyards. Two large elliptical courtyards serve as vertical lungs, channeling natural light and ventilation throughout the building's core. Total work of art. Gaudí designed everything from architecture and ironwork to furniture and fixtures, crafting a unified, immersive experience. Constructed between 1906 and 1912, Casa Milà was both a technical and artistic feat. Gaudí pushed the limits of construction to make his organic vision a built reality. Steel frame structural system. Columns of steel allowed for open-plan interiors, large windows, and flexible apartment layouts, revolutionary for residential design. Self-supporting stone facade. The facade acts like a shell, flowing around the building with no load-bearing role, liberating interior space and form. Sculptural rooftop. The roof is a world of its own. Sculpted chimneys, ventilation towers, and staircases emerge like mythical figures, finished with colorful mosaic or textured stone. Technical innovation. Gaudí included one of the city's first underground garages, natural ventilation systems, and passive solar lighting through thoughtful material placement and window sizing. At the time of its construction, Casa Milà was ridiculed by some who called it La Pedrera, the stone quarry. But Gaudí's vision was not meant for the trends of his time. It was made for the future. It prefigured 20th century modernism. It pioneered expressive forms and structural honesty. In 1984, it was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its cultural and architectural significance. Today, Casa Milà is one of the most visited landmarks in Barcelona, a museum, an icon, and a living example of how architecture can transcend function and become poetry. Casa Milà is not just a house, it is a stone symphony, a spatial sculpture, and one of Antoni Gaudí's most daring achievements, where nature, myth, and form become one. Subscribe for more cinematic journeys into the world's most imaginative buildings and the architects who dreamed them into being.